Hello there, it's Steve here from Elite FPL, and I'm just going to get this out of the way now. I have done a minus 16, and to be completely blunt with you, I just don't care. I put out a YouTube short, as I stated, Mr. Beast says that's the way to go, saying that I'd done a minus 12. I actually hadn't done a minus 12, I'd done a minus 8, but the idea was I was going to be doing a minus 12, and then the good old news came out from Ben Dinnery that Martial isn't going to be playing, and I'm just like, oh fuck it, let's do a minus 16. Just to give you a bit of ambience, I'm in my favourite spot, the graveyard. The only place where if you listen, silence, peace. Over that way is essentially the City of London. As John Harris would say, he's got a bit of a deep voice. Oh, John. Oh, John's got a bit of a deep voice, he has. Yeah, talk to us about your minus 16, Steve-o, because that's what we want to hear. But I don't really care what you want to hear about. I want to just briefly talk about why I've done it and why I just... The key word on the short was I've just given up, and it's... The reality of the situation is the majority of people watching this now, FPL is their life. And I'm not saying this in a horrible way, but I've got many, many hobbies outside of fantasy football. Yes, fantasy football is quite high up on that list. But when you're kind of involved with it, like me and Jason are, and doing content about it all the time and streaming and doing members videos... Now, I'm not going to lie, of late, they've been a bit lack because of what I'm about to say. Real life takes over. Work takes over. And essentially, I've been doing the old dreaded 5 o'clock starts. But they're not 5 o'clock starts, they're 4:30 starts. And it's not 4:30 starts, it's me waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And it's not normal. And I said this on a members video, and I'm glad that some of the members actually empathise with my situation, thinking to themselves, hold on a minute here, Steve-o's actually waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning and having to go to work for 9-10 hours. But it's not just, oh, I'm straight at work, I've got a long journey in, it's not a particularly long journey in, but it's long enough where coming home is a pain in the fucking arse. And I hate it. And I'm not going to lie, my stress levels are just through the roof. From work, through the travel to work. And there are many things going on in my mind about, as I've explained on members videos, how, yeah, I'm leaving London. I'm going to be doing it, but it's just a case of when. When will I be leaving London? I can't just up sticks and leave and fuck off and that's it. No, I can't just cut my nose to spite my face. Now, whatever I think of my job, it pays okay, nothing amazing. I'm in my household of 3 other people, I'm the lowest earner. So to give you an idea, each one of the guys that I live with, give or take, is take home 2,000. Give or take. I'm on a lot less than that. A hell of a lot less. And no disrespect to them 3, but my job is physical labour. Theirs isn't. One of them just sits in a van and just helps with deliveries. The other guy is just someone that works on a construction site, and all his job is just to open a gate. And then you know about Steve, his job is to be, he's a musician, isn't he? And trying to create his own career and whatnot. But as Steve admits to me, and as the other 2 say, your job sounds horrendous. And as Dereco knows, and anybody that's watching this knows, retail is fucking hard. It's fucking tough. And especially in my industry where it is just... To put in the most simplest terms, for anybody that's into their fitness or whatever, it's the equivalent of doing a high intensity workout, but for 5 hours straight and not having any break. Imagine that. or just being in the gym and just doing heavy lifting for 6 hours straight. After a while, your body, your central nervous system will send you a signal to say, I can't deal with this anymore. But I have to do it. It's my livelihood, you know what I mean. And when all the pressures of work are on top of you, you know, I don't even think about anything other than that bullshit. I'm not welling up, I'm just got a shitty fucking cold. But the point being is that FPL is the last thing on my mind, and unlike the people that are watching this, there are many, many people on here that I've got a lot of great deal of respect for. You know, they do delve deep. I'm not going to name them, I don't want to embarrass them, but they delve deep into everything. I can't do that. As people know that watch this, and I'm fully aware of the irony in me saying this while doing this on a phone, I try and avoid my phone like the fucking plague. I hate the fact that this planet has just become obsessed with staring at a phone, and I get it. I get it, but I try to get the fuck away from my phone as much as possible. The only thing I use my phone for is essentially to listen to podcasts and go on Twitter and Discord. That's it. And even then, I'm on it for like what? Well, Discord, I'm on it for like 5 seconds to see what people have written. Only in the members chat, to be honest. And then on Twitter, it's just look at a few tags that I've been put in and then scroll up the feed a bit, and that's it, done. But predominantly, I just use my phone for communication. In fact, I use this like now as like some form of communication purposes, really. You know, I never do this on my phone anymore, because I would just use my laptop and use the setup that Jason's got me. But the reality of the situation is that when, as I keep banging on about, I need to escape from FPL, because when you're talking about FPL all the time, you've got to get away from it. To get sick to fucking death of talking about it after a while. I've said this 1,000 times, there's only so much I can say. And when I look at the team, going back to FPL, when I looked at my team, and I'm just like, I don't want that player. I don't want him. I don't want him. Fuck this. So the transfers I did were, if I can even remember, were Reece James out for Robertson, Cancelo out for Trent Alexander-Arnold. I can already hear people just, what do you do that for? Because I can. Salah in for Kevin De Bruyne, Trossard in for Maddison, and with the news of Martial out, I just thought, fuck it, who's 6.8 or less? Oh, Scamacca. Fuck it, I'll bring him in. And again, I can already hear people go, but you've brought in 2 Liverpool defenders, you brought in a West Ham attacker. Yeah, so fucking what? Like, I've got to admit, like, one of the few things, well, there's many things I hate about the FPL community, but one of them is this fascination between people obsessed with the content creators team. And I'm not a content creator. I'm just, like Jason, a bloke that speaks passionately about fantasy football. And it's like Steve was just saying just now at home regarding the old, when you speak passionately, you're apparently negative. It's like, no, it's because I care about what I do. And, you know, going back to work and everything, it's like I've come home and I've literally just gone straight to bed because, as I've stated 1,000 times, I've got a hernia. Doing heavy lifting at work, which is what I've got to do, causes problems with that hernia. And I've got to come home, lie down for about 20, 30 minutes, just trying to fucking breathe. And then after about half an hour or so, I'm just like, right, let's just get up, eat a bit of food and fuck off to the graveyard. Fuck off to here, essentially. Just come here. By the way, though, just over there, right, beyond those trees, even though this fucking sack of shit of a camera is so terrible, over there is literally where I live. The problem is, there's no entrance to the graveyard there, so I've got to do a 20-minute detour all the way around to over there to get in. So after eating food, I come here and I just sit here and just listen to whatever voice messages I've received. I'd end up obviously replying to them voice messages and just listen to a podcast. And, you know, like I said, the last thing that's playing on my mind is fantasy football. And I think to myself, and members know this, and a lot of my friends know this, like, all I give a shit about is my mental health. And how can I allow a game like this to have an effect on your mental health? Putting your anxiety up because you're fearing that, oh God, I brought in this player. Shit, what will he do? What will he do? Don't fucking worry about it. I'm one to blame. And yeah, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I don't get passionate about what I do. But my season this so far has been an absolute sack of shit. Everything I touch to turns to shit. Nothing goes for me. Everything just goes against me. And I'm just thinking to myself, do you know what? Goes against me, fuck it. And I may as well continue everything going against me. I'll just hit this minus 16, fine. But yeah, going back to earlier on, so when I woke up and everything, went downstairs to get some food, and I thought, right, I'll just stick on some YouTube just to see if there's something on to watch. And Jason's fucking live. Now yeah, I'm going to lie again. Me and Jason were supposed to stream today. Together. I said to him, my mindset is not in the right space. That Sunday stream I did the other day was fucking awful. Absolutely fucking diabolical. I hated it. Because the games were shit. My fantasy football team was doing shit. And for people watching or listening in, I get it. I'm there. I've been there 1,000 times. Even me listening into Jason live, you know, I'm a listener and I find it, because I'm invested in Jason, because I'm obviously invested in the channel and I'm invested in what you guys have to say, I want to listen in and watch. And my selfish thought process is, I don't give a shit how Jason's feeling. All I care about is he's entertaining me. But what you guys don't realise, like I should realise but I don't, is Jason may not want to stream, or Stephen may not want to stream. I even said to Jason, I don't particularly want to be doing that Sunday stream. So I'm fucked. Work has ruined me. My central nervous system is shut down. And when you've got that, on top of the fact that you've got to stream for 2 and a bit hours, talking about stuff, or trying to talk about stuff that you just can't think of anything, it's fucking difficult. But people don't understand this. Like I've said to Jason 1,000 times, if we were to finish this channel right now, gone, no one will care. No one will give a shit. They'll just move on to the next person. Then once that's finished, next person. Once that's finished, next person. There's many things that have happened in my life where I can name them. I've said it before. Those tossers, the Carly Pilt boys that decided, oh yeah, we're now only going to do our podcast Patreon. What? Who the fuck do you think you are? Doing a podcast that you're supposed to love because you love the show, you're now charging for it. Fuck off. Your podcast isn't even that great anyway. So they've now just lost a listener in me. Not that they give a shit, because they're now getting paid for doing it. Because that's their motivation. They're getting paid to do it. You know, no disrespect to any other fantasy football content creator, but majority of them that do it 4 or 5 times a week, podcasts, YouTube, or whatever, what, you think they're doing a job like what me and Jason are doing? Of course they're fucking not. I know for a fact one very, very popular YouTuber, they stream once a week. Because why? Because they're working full time. They can't commit to this. And I'm not using these as excuses. But like I said, the last time I want to be doing after a hard day's work is basically streaming. Because it's fucking difficult. And like I said, going back to it, I care about my fucking noggin. I care about my mental health. I care about how I'm feeling. And I want to escape from it. Because also going back to the whole London thing, you feel extremely claustrophobic. You can't escape. Like I said, this is one of the very few places here that I can actually escape and just be on my own, because who comes to a graveyard at 6 o'clock in the evening? Nobody. And again, listen. Silence. Because anywhere else I would go, roads everywhere, hordes of people, I can't escape. And yeah, going back to the fantasy football aspect and Jason streaming, I thought it was fucking fantastic. And I'm not going to lie, I was gutted when he went off air. I'm hoping he will do a stream later like he said he would, telling us if he free hit or not. It was fucking brilliant what I was listening into. And I'm just listening back on the replay because I ended up chatting with Steve for an hour. And ironically about a similar subject to this, but from his point of view, what's going on in his life. And I'm listening back on the stream, and I think it's fucking brilliant. But you know, as Jason said at the end, I've got a meeting to go to. I've got to do my work here. You know, and Max was great as well. You know, and Jason's going through all these dilemmas, like reasonable dilemmas. Should I do this -12, do it, or should I just do the free hit? And Max is giving the logical reasons as to why you should free hit. You got people in the chat, why would you free hit for? And again, all I was thinking when I was hearing these comments, and when I was actually able to watch it live on my big TV, I was thinking, I get it, I get the thought process, because I'm one of you guys. And it's ridiculous. As I keep saying, I compare it to the world of Call of Duty. When I was really invested in Call of Duty, and I was watching streamers back then, and I'd be like, wow, you're really good at the game. What class setup have you got? I'm just going to copy you. And then you realise when you copy the team, when you copy the gun setup, it's not actually as fun, because I'm not playing the way I like to play. Because actually, the way to use this weapon setup, I've got to play it really conservatively. And that's how it's done. But my playing style isn't like that. So guess what? I go back to my normal playing style and I'd enjoy the game. I may not do as well as this streamer, but at least I'm having fun. And, you know, for anybody that watches fantasy football content, like, again, I think most people are trying to, it's like Jason said once, it's trying to reinforce their beliefs or opinions, or it's trying to, I don't know, I can't explain it. It's trying to validate their opinion to prove in some way that they're right or something. I don't know how to explain it, but when you've got people that, I saw people in that, again, I'm not going to embarrass them by naming them, by telling Jason, what the hell are you doing and stuff. It's like, why don't you listen to the guy? Why don't you just appreciate what he's doing and just actually maybe help him do the free hit, rather than telling him not to do it? Maybe just go, do you know what? Let's just help the guy. Let's just get the best players possible. And let's just see if he, as you can see, this you'll see it in a second, if I can get a thing across. I don't know if you're able to see that or not. I can't explain to you. Can you see it? You probably can't, because my camera should be there. Should be the plane there. I don't know if you can see that or not. You should be able to. Do you want to keep saying that, Steve-O? You should be able to. No? Just a blue sky? Anyway, the planes are really low down as well, which is cool. Hold on a minute. It's going across. No, yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, great content, that. Yeah, I was just thinking in my head, like, helping Jason. Like, some of the things he was saying was regarding about bringing in Sun. Yeah. Some of the options he was saying, I'm thinking, if you're going to free hit, at least attack the teams with really good fixtures. And you could argue, is Man United away a good fixture? No, not particularly. In fact, another reason why I didn't want to do a free hit, because I was looking at it, I'm like, who the fuck do I want to bring in? You know, bringing in Liverpool, fine. I've got them for 2 fixtures. Okay, I may get burnt with Man City versus Brighton. Oh, my hands up. Fair enough. But away at Nottingham Forest, fuck it. Cares? Nottingham Forest are shite. Man City at home to Brighton, yeah, can I call it now? I'll go 4 or 5-0. Standard result. But honestly, everybody's going to be Captain Haaland anyway. There's the armband. Done. I'm genuinely tempted by Salah. Genuinely tempted by Salah. Away at Nottingham Forest. I'll have to look into it, see how Salah gets on against Nottingham Forest. Against... Who were they playing? West Ham. Could be a possibility. Go against the grain. Because I can see potentially Liverpool. You know what? Let's just... We're out of the title race. Let's have some fucking fun. We fucked it up from the start. Let's just have some fun. And maybe now they really go out and perform. Now they ain't got the pressure on. I don't know. I'm just waffling now. But, you know, when listening to Jason and hearing the people, and Jason reading out the comments and all this negativity. Jesus fucking Christ. Like, get a fucking grip. And since coming into this world of YouTube and doing what me and Jason do, like focusing on, well, originally, like I said, it was Torbay Elite and how we would try and tactically go through it. I fucking miss those days. I'm not going to lie. I miss them, those streams where we would just talk to each other with Dan, talk to the 3 of us and just talk about our tactics moving forward. The games, that's the YouTube world, everything has just changed so much, and this whole thing of like, you know, the obvious shadow banning and all this crap. And it's true. You know, and like I say, like, this isn't my job. I've got other things going on, and me doing the -16 that I've done, fine. You know, for the next game week, I've got, off the top of my head, I've got the 3 Liverpool at Nottingham Forest. I'm gonna sack off. I'm just gonna do. Do you remember Show Me the Mane? Do you remember him? Do you remember when he used to come on every single week? Yeah, I've done a -20, and then he'd still outscore us all. And the only reason why he fucked up is because didn't he have ironically real life going on? So then he was doing really well in our rivals league, or whatever it was called back then, and he dropped off because he just stopped playing, from what I remember. Well, maybe it could work for me. You know, next week, fuck it, let's just do a -8. To hell with it. Bring in the best players for that game week. To fucking hell with it. You know, because as I keep banging on about, like I say, I'm waffling now, but I really should be ending this video. But the reality of the situation, I just think, like, we're all taking this game to the point of where it's like we just feel like it's almost like a matter of life or death. It really isn't. And like I say, when you're dealing with real life issues like me, every day I'm thinking, leave London tomorrow, leave London tomorrow, leave London tomorrow. So keep banging on about it. It's not that fucking easy. And like I say, real life issues take over, and games like this, you realise, if it wasn't in my life, I've got other things that go on. And, you know, it's the same as what I bang on about regarding social media. All you guys that are on this, anybody that's on social media and are addicted to it, look at what you're following. Does it bring you happiness? If not, unfollow it. Why do you think I don't follow anything on Twitter? I don't need to. It brings me absolutely nothing. It brings me fuck all. Now my voice is going dry. So on that note, I'm going to end it there. Christ. I'm going to end it there. I'm going to be watching the Brighton Nottingham Forest game to see good old Trossard doing fuck all. I may actually give the Crystal Palace Wolves game a watch for Costa. Thing is that I'm just going to end up falling asleep anyway. I'm just saying all what I've just said across the last 25 minutes. I'm just really looking forward to tomorrow evening with Jason. I can't wait to be covering the... How many games is it? Six games tomorrow evening, all on Amazon Prime. Hopefully somebody or some buddies from the community want to come on and cover the games. It's all on Amazon Prime. Just jump in the Discord waiting room. All we've got to do is watch a game and we'll watch it all along together. You know, I'll be watching the game. Jason will watch a game. Man United. And then you got your pick of the other four, whatever it may be. I don't care. I just want to have some fun. Bit of joy rather than just these fucking solo streams. So like I said, without going over it, they're fucking hard. They're really difficult. Really tough doing the solo streams for that amount of time. And like I say, without banging the same drum, especially when you got a lot of other work things going on in your life. Yeah. But yeah, on that note, let's get out of here. I know that there's going to be many people. In fact, I am going to turn the comments off. So I can't be bothered to read some fucking arsehole with some bullshit comment, taking the fucking piss, or just doing that usual line of like, this guy takes this game too seriously. Anyhow, cheers guys. See you later.